And right now, I'm tracking a few sprinkles over the valley, but will we clear these skies out as the Phoenix Open kicks off tomorrow? I'll let you know coming up in your forecast, and we'll show you how one person squeezed their way into the Phoenix Open.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Brady Klain.
And I'm Jordan Elder. Thank you for joining us.
Tonight we begin with an in-depth look at an issue that's been gaining attention both nationally and here in Arizona: maternal mortality. The death of a woman during pregnancy, at delivery, or soon after.
A new state advisory committee is studying these deaths and working to identify ways to prevent them. On the Navajo Nation, one program is giving Native women the tools to help.
Cronkite News reporter Jennifer Alvarez traveled to Window Rock to learn more about this unique effort.
According to the CDC, women in the U.S. are more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than anywhere else in the developed world. Native American women face some of the highest rates of maternal death, and right here in Arizona, those disparities are even more profound. So I traveled to the heart of the Navajo Nation and spoke with women there, hoping to combat these numbers by rekindling Native knowledge and teaching traditional practices to promote health.
It's building a revolution for us. And I think we're taking back and reclaiming our knowledge.
Okay, sweep your teepee, sweep your teepee.
Sweeping hands and happy smiles.
Make fire!
Fill the land on the Navajo Nation. These Native women are finishing up a day of training with a traditional game. They've been learning how to be doulas, or people trained to support women through pregnancy and birth.
Basically, they're helpers. And I always compare it to like how we help each other in ceremonies, like that's how we should help each other during birth and pregnancy and parenting.
Melissa Brown knows just how important these helpers can be.
My first birth that I had when I was a teenage mother was very traumatic. I didn't understand how my body worked. I didn't understand how labor and delivery worked. I was very scared. I didn't have very much support. And so when I got pregnant with my second daughter, when I had an Indigenous midwife, it made all the difference. I had an unmedicated, beautiful birth. It completely changed my life.
It's the first time this kind of training has happened here, and it's important that it does.
We're a desert for everything: food, reproductive health care, maternity care.
Local experts agree access to prenatal care here is limited.
The hospital isn't just around the corner, just around the block. A lot of our care takes probably an hour or so just to get to healthcare facilities.
The maternal mortality rate has increased substantially in the U.S. over the past years, and Native women are among those hit the hardest.
Something needs to change, not only, here, but in other Indigenous communities. What happens in a lot of communities is we're bringing in non-Indigenous people who don't have that lived experience and delivering health education in a way that doesn't make sense to a lot of people in the community.
So Brown teamed up with Nicole Gonzalez, founder of the Changing Woman Initiative, to teach women how to use traditional practices to improve maternal health.
We are our own experts in our community. We can help ourselves. We can empower ourselves. We can educate ourselves. That's something that we really advocate for, is that education, that culturally relevant education, acknowledging all of those things that affect our health in our communities that are very different from someone who lived in the city that had access to a variety of services.
The Changing Women Initiative held its Indigenous doula training inside this hogan, which the women say was representative of a mother's womb. We weren't able to film inside during the workshop because they wanted to maintain a safe space for Indigenous women.
This is like the work of our ancestors and our grandmothers and our aunties. This is all a result of all of those Indigenous women and people that have carried this work over generations for, us and then the next generations.
Together, they hope to help Native women cope with trauma and loss.
We might hear from our elders that we're not supposed to talk about death, or that we have some taboos about being around places where people have died. In our Dene culture, that's one of our teachings. And so to have a really frank conversation about death and miscarriage and abortion and pregnancy was really like the heart of the issue I think a lot of people wanted to know about.
It's so much more than just the doula training and learning about birth. It's learning about ourselves, connecting with our own healing, and there's a lot of healing that happens in this training.
A lot of that healing especially happened during these moments.
Seeing everybody laugh and enjoy themselves and like be in their traditional dress. I wish the world would see Native women like that we're not sick, we're not dying, we're not vulnerable, you know, we're not our disease, we're not our social structure that's making us feel like we have to feel ashamed for having a baby at 20 or 15. But that we're out there playing and having a good time and like laughing, and like for me that's our true self.
Brown has brought her training to Native women across the country and in Canada. There were 40 participants at the workshop in Window Rock, and the women I talked to said they were ready to take back what they've learned and share it with women in their own communities. Live in the studio, Jennifer Alvarez, Cronkite News.
For continuing coverage of this empowering story and others like it, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Trump's defense team wrapped up their opening statements in his Senate impeachment trial yesterday. Now, Senate Republicans are engaging in a new fight, defeating a vote to bring witnesses into the impeachment trial. But Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is cautioning that Republicans currently don't have enough votes to block witnesses. Trump's defense is also slamming allegations from former National Security Advisor John Bolton's unpublished book manuscript that the president told him military assistance to Ukraine was on hold unless they began investigations on former Vice President Joe Biden. Some senators with 2020 races on the line are expressing their concern an extended impeachment could affect them. Many of President Trump's closest allies are insisting it's time to move on, suggesting nothing Bolton could say would change their minds. So we want to hear from you now. If witnesses are allowed, who do you think should be called as a witness and why? Just go to our Cronkite News Facebook page to join this heated debate.
And while the impeachment trial carries on, President Trump did manage to score a big agenda item by signing the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement today. This new trade deal effectively replaces NAFTA. And as Cronkite News reporter Frankie McClister reports, reactions across Arizona are rolling in.
This trade deal has been heavily pushed by Arizona's business and political leaders, highlighting that our relationship with our neighbors, and particularly with Mexico, is critical to maintaining and growing the state's economy. With the stroke of a pen, President Donald Trump signed the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, also known as the USMCA, in Washington today.
Basically a political win for both Democrats and Republicans. Both parties can claim victory. Obviously, renegotiating NAFTA was one of the Trump administration's kind of primary policy goals. And by the same token, Democrats have wanted an update to NAFTA for many years.
Politics aside, this new deal will impact Arizona in many different ways. Yuma Mayor Doug Nichols was at the White House today for the signing.
We do, as a state, over $20 billion worth of trade just with Mexico alone, so it doesn't even count the investments and business we do with Canada. And so having a strong trade agreement that is modern, that keeps up with everything from modern wage structures to intellectual property, are essential for us to grow that $20 billion.
In addition to Nichols, Mesa Mayor John Giles and Arizona Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Glenn Hammer were also at the signing. Republican Senator Martha McSally also on hand, tweeting, "Ready to join POTUS at the USMCA signing. What a great day for Arizona." Arizona's other senator, Democrat Kyrsten Sinema, sending a statement to Cronkite News reading in part, quote, "Cross-border trade means more Arizona jobs, a stronger economy, and greater opportunity for Arizona families. I'm proud to have worked with my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to advance the United States-Mexico-Canada trade agreement, and I'm glad this critical agreement was approved with bipartisan support. Signing the USMCA is a campaign promise made by President Donald Trump. This new deal updates trade rules for the digital age, boosts domestic car production, and makes it harder for Mexico to undercut American workers with cheap labor." Julie Murphy is the outreach director for the Arizona Farm Bureau and says that this deal will bring new economic opportunities for the state of Arizona.
No, it shouldn't have any it's only going to be positive for not only our farmers and ranchers, but it's also going to be positive for you and I.
And this new trade deal also includes what is known as a sunset clause. After 6 years, it requires the three countries to review whether to remain in agreement. If any country decides not to continue with the pact, the USMCA will expire 16 years later. In the studio, Frankie McLister, Cronkite News.
Coming up next on Cronkite News at 5, banning transgender students from playing in female sports.
And we're tracking the latest developments on the coronavirus, what you need to know when we come back.
The weather around Phoenix is just beautiful today. Let's take a look at the weather around the valley.
Thank you for joining us for the special edition of Cronkite News. Here are the top stories that we're tracking today at noon.
Some of the best players for their program.
Cronkite Noticias is the Spanish-speaking division of Cronkite News, covering topics such as economics, education, sustainability, immigration, and border relations. Cronkite Noticias strives to serve the Spanish-speaking community in Arizona. Under the guidance of prominent Spanish-speaking professionals, students at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism develop content for our broadcast partner, Univision, as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Explore Cronkite Noticias at cronkitenoticias.azpbs.org.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, covering sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
Arizona State University has issued a travel restriction to China, days after a case of a new virus was confirmed in Tempe. University President Michael Crow announced the ban takes effect immediately for students and employees and will last effective until the outbreak is contained.
Symptoms for the virus can begin anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks after exposure. The symptoms include a fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath. In order to help protect yourself, the CDC recommends frequently washing your hands. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Avoid direct contact with people who are sick. Stay home and rest if you feel sick. Cover coughs and sneezes with a tissue. And make sure you clean and disinfect frequently used items. Also, contact your doctor immediately if you've been exposed to the coronavirus.
In other news, an Arizona bill would ban transgender females from playing girls' sports in school.
The Save Women's Sports Act would require interscholastic and intramural sports to designate teams based on what the bill calls biological sex. The bill, introduced by Representative Nancy Bardo of Phoenix, would apply to both public and private schools, including community colleges and universities. 22 other Republican representatives have signed as sponsors in support.
The proposal may already cause the AIA to rethink their current transgender policy. Joe Paddock, the Assistant Executive Director of the AIA, says that it will be discussed.
Certainly it'll be a topic for our executive board at their next meeting in February for some discussion. I'm sure that they're already aware that the bill is there, potentially could be passed by the state legislature. So they will most likely at least have some discussion or have some questions with regards to the bill and how it might pertain to our policy.
Up next, the death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi on the minds of celebrities and athletes as they gear up for the Phoenix Open.
By the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Before Professor Halden, I had an insane amount of passion, but I almost felt helpless because I didn't know how to use it. Professor Halden gave me a chance to make a difference. Being at a place like ASU allows you to take these big leaps ultimately, the biggest problems in the world cannot be solved alone.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickenburg.
Live in Los Angeles.
In Cleveland, in Washington, in Louisville.
From Jerusalem. Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
The Waste Management Phoenix Open tees off tomorrow at TPC Scottsdale.
Still fresh in the minds of everybody out there this week, the death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi.
Retired Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps honored Bryant by writing Kobe's jersey numbers and name, along with the name of his daughter Gigi, on his shoes. Phelps said the subject of Kobe's death was too sensitive for him to talk about. Former MLB player Shane Victorino, who played parts of his career in Los Angeles during Kobe's time with the Lakers, idolized Bryant, not just as an athlete, but as a father.
I learned a lot about what and how he, went about teaching his daughter. Having kids of my own, myself, I try to fight that challenge every day of, being a former professional athlete. How do I teach my kids to be, and if they play sports, how to go about being a professional. So to me, to watch what him and Gianna had created, and, that's to me as a dad what hits at home is like, I have my own children, so how do I walk with them through life and teach them to be the best.
And Jordan, you mentioned some sprinkles. This is one of the biggest events of the year, so how are people going to be affected?
Well, I think we're going to clear things out as we head into tomorrow. The sprinkles, that's just kind of been the theme today because we have our own little storm parked right over our state. Take a look at this. It is literally sitting over us at the moment. So that's why we've had some of those sprinkles around the valley and a little bit of light shower activity out to the west too. But by the time we get tomorrow, that thing's going to clear out of here and high pressure is going to build in. So we're clearing skies out and we're going to send those temperatures back up into the 70s too. So that is some good news there. Let's talk about your forecast heading into the rest of the day. But looking at radar right now, notice these lines here. This is actually the storm that is setting itself over us. We've got these showers out to the west moving towards the south, and these are moving towards the northeast. And that's because that storm is rotating counterclockwise. So a couple areas we are watching. We've got some light shower activity near Wickenburg, as well as out to the east near Globe. This is heading up Highway 60 towards Sholo there, and the snow level is currently down to about 6,000 feet, so you might get some light snow showers up in the high country. The valley is quiet right now, but again, we might get a few sprinkles later this evening as we track those wind speeds tonight, though. That is the other big story we're watching, especially out to the west, where we've got wind advisory still in effect until 9 p.m. tonight, so we could see some of those gusts top 40 to 45 miles per hour, but we'll clear the state out entirely as we get into tomorrow. Here's your evening planner for tonight. 60s through the rest of the evening with 50s kicking in through 8 o'clock, and we'll bottom out in those low 50s by tomorrow. Now for your high country forecast heading into tomorrow too, we've got some breezes to track for you all across the board, with those coldest spots being up at Window Rock as well, with lows down to 16 degrees up there, but we've got those highs rebounding into the 50s for places like Prescott, Sedona, and Payson too. So have that jacket tomorrow out in the high country. Back here in the valley, we've got the TPC Scottsdale first round kicking out tomorrow, and I'm not much of a golfer myself, so you guys going to see this? Let's see if we can do this, all right? Okay, putting this in here, 3, 2, 1, and oh my gosh, there you go. That's a hole-in-one, right? They still call it a hole-in-one? Very nice. As we can see for your forecast tomorrow, remember, kicking off at 7:30, so pretty chilly there with lows in the 40s, but we'll be back up into the 60s as we get into the afternoon. In fact, 70s for some spots here in the valley, just like here in Phoenix. So here's that 7-day forecast for tomorrow. We've got 70s to track for you all the way through the weekend. In fact, flirting with the 80s, possibly on Sunday, but our next storm's coming in next week, but no rain with that one. Just a big drop in temperatures going back into the 50s by Tuesday.
Work, Jordan, you can take those skills to the Open. Havasu Falls, one of Arizona's most popular attractions, will open reservation slots this Saturday morning, many taking to social media to express their excitement.
Now, Lauren tweeting a beautiful video of the falls and the mountains. We see DB posting this video of him up hanging out high up above.
Wow.
And Jason tweeting out a video of, look at this, Jordan, someone jumping into the falls.
Oh my goodness. Dates have filled up quickly in the past. Opening day is on Sunday, March 1st. Coming up on Cronkite News, the Holocaust by bullets.
How a local exhibit is opening an unknown chapter of history into the mass killings.
weather around Phoenix is just beautiful today. Let's take a look at the weather around the valley.
Thank you for joining us for the special edition of Cronkite News. Here are the top stories that we're tracking today at noon.
Some of the best players for their program.
Cronkite Noticias is the Spanish-speaking division of Cronkite News, covering topics such as economics, education, sustainability, immigration, and border relations. Cronkite Noticias strives to serve the Spanish-speaking community in Arizona. Under the guidance of prominent Spanish-speaking professionals, students at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism develop content for our broadcast partner, Univision, as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Explore Cronkite Noticias at cronkitenoticias.azpbs.org.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, covering sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
A local exhibit is opening an unknown chapter of history into the Holocaust. Danielle Malkin tells us the story of that exhibit and its survivors is being shared right here in Phoenix. Danielle?
This past Monday, people around the world honored International Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day that marks the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz-Birkenau. But before the horrors of these camps came to be was an earlier Holocaust, the Holocaust by bullets.
When you think about a Holocaust, what's the first thought that you have?
People know about the Holocaust. People know about the death camps and the more than 6 million lives lost.
It did not happen in the concentration camps.
But Eva Schaller teaches an unknown chapter of this story. The Holocaust by bullets, where more than 2 million Eastern European Jews lost their lives between 1941 and 1944.
Never again has never become reality. We can see that the same type of mass killings, mass shootings are still perpetrated in the world today.
The exhibit, Holocaust by Bullets, now on display at the Burton Barr Central Library in Phoenix, features the stories surrounding these seemingly unknown mass killings. They attracted Phoenicians like Bodo Schrader, who was liberated from a concentration camp at nearly 5 years old.
If you ever look up the word Holocaust, there's only one meaning and one meaning only, and that is destroy the Jews. I never knew my mother. I never knew my father. And I was deprived of that privilege and right to know them.
Schrader came to the United States in 1949 and grew up to become a shipbuilder, a deputy sheriff, and educator. The 78-year-old says he still has fond memories of a childhood imprisoned.
A young man and I played together, and one day he told me he could not play with me that particular day because he had to take a shower. And the next day they were cleaning out his area where his family lived. Once, okay, maybe a mistake, maybe not. It happened 3 times in a row. From that point on, I decided, nope, that wasn't a good idea to take a shower.
The exhibit showcases eyewitness accounts of the mass murders, as well as existing photographs. More graphic details are encased in smaller displays. Community members believe the placement at Burton Barr Central Library will have a positive impact on Phoenicians, helping younger generations to never forget.
With the rising anti-Semitism that we can observe all over the world today, in the United States and in Europe, it's just important to keep this history alive, because we can see that this is not only the history, this is what we live today.
And Bodo Schrader shared with me that education is one of the most important factors in ensuring tragedies like the Holocaust are truly never again. Holocaust by Bullets will remain on display at the Burton Barr Library until March, and it is free to the public. Guided tours are available for larger groups. Live in studio, Danielle Malkin, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's going on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
Wednesday on Arizona Horizon, we'll talk about the new trade agreement between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, and hear about a new report on gun deaths in Arizona. That's Wednesday on Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff. Tonight on the NewsHour, the president's legal team wraps up arguments while the question of additional witnesses looms over the impeachment trial. Coming up after Cronkite News and Arizona Horizon.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Great work.
Mysterious outer worlds, the solar system's strangest realm.
This is a region of the solar system that we really had very little information about.
Small planets should run out of energy and stop evolving billions of years ago. Pluto didn't read any of those textbooks.
The planets, ice worlds, on Nova.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS.